it's your gal Malfowl here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to get rid of spider mites on one of your plants. I have it on my household plants. As far as I know, I don't believe you can get them on outdoor plants, and if you do, they're pretty minimal, but on indoor plants in a single pot, it can definitely really damage the plant. So I'm going to show you today an at-home remedy on how to get rid of spider mites on your plants. So stay tuned. So first thing first, you have to have a plant that has spider mites. And then what you do is you take a spray bottle and you're going to fill it with some soap. And then you're going to spray the plant. So I'm going to go ahead and put some dish soap, just any type of dish soap. We just have the generic brand from like King Soopers or something. So just any type of dish soap, put that in, and then you're going to add some water into it. And then you're going to go ahead and spray the plant pretty furiously, and you're going to have the spray on a pretty high setting so that way you can actually knock off of all of those spider mites. So here's my spray. I do have it on a setting that it's going to spray pretty hard. So that way, so what the soap does, and sorry my bottle's leaking a little bit, but so what the soap does is it actually emulsifies the coating on the spider mites themselves, and it actually dehydrates them, so that way it allows them to kind of die and like go into dormancy, and then you shoot them off with a plain water bottle. And then you should have to do this a couple times a week. I would say probably 3 times a week, or even every day to start, in case like you have spider mites like this. I let this plant get really bad, so that way I can show you guys how to get rid of spider mites. If you have not as bad as the plant that I have right now, you can go ahead and only do like maybe 3 or 4 times a week. I would still recommend going daily, just so that way you can curb these spider mites, and then after a week go maybe twice a week until there's no spider mites left. And it really shows a lot of damage onto the plant itself. This plant was really green and now it's kind of brown and dingy. So what you do is you just spray it super hard and then like blowing off. And you can even see right there like how bad the spider mites are. So you're just gonna spray, 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 spray until you have the whole plant sprayed. And also make sure that you get both sides of the plant, so that way you can get all the sides, so that way you can make sure that you hit every part of the plant, and then make sure you hit it super furiously to bump some of those spider mites off, as well as make sure that you get that soap on that coating, so that way you can get rid of these spider mites. Alright guys, so I sprayed down the plant for I would say a couple minutes, probably 2 to 3 minutes on each side. So rotate the plant so that way you can get all angles of the plant and spray it down. And then what you're going to do is you're going to let this sit for about an hour to 2 hours. So we're going to come back after it sits for a little bit, and I can show you guys how to do the rest. Okay guys, so we came back about an hour later, and now we can see that there's still a couple little webs here and there. However, we are going to go ahead and start spraying with the normal water. This has no soap in it, it's just normal water. And so you just spray those on the highest spritz setting that you can to knock those spiders off. I did forget to say earlier, when you're doing this, make sure you wash your hands super, super, super well after, because spider mites really latch on to whatever they can. So definitely make sure that you are washing your hands, because you don't want spider mites in your food or drinks or anything like that. It's not harmful to humans, just not something I think I would like. So just make sure that you're washing your hands super, super good. And you can even see right there that the branches that are pretty dead from the spider mites have fallen off from where they are. So I'm going to go ahead and keep spraying this, and I'm also going to go ahead and chop some of the super dead leaves off, just to kind of get the plant refreshed and renewed, so that way it has a better chance of surviving the spider mites. Okay, so I've cleared some of the dead leaves, which is really important, just because they could still have live spider mites on them, so then it'll just reinfest the plant. So you want to try to get the spider mite as much as possible off the plant as you can. They can live pretty small in the plant, and this is a super prickly rose bush, just a normal home plant, house plant, rose bush, so I did struggle a little bit to get some of the dead leaves off just because I was getting poked here and there. And then the soap will severely dehydrate the plant, so just make sure that you are watering it pretty regularly. And then just remember to do this treatment once a day if you can, ideally 4 times a week if you can. Anything less than that will be pretty hard to kill these spider mites, but just keep doing this process over and over. I did about half of the bottle with soap, but this was also a pretty severe case, so go ahead and try that out for me, and hopefully this has helped your houseplants. I really hope that you go ahead and get this plant cured. I hate when my plants die. This is one of my first plants that I got at my house arranged with my boyfriend the first time we moved in together, so I really hope that you guys go ahead and rescue this plant. Let me know in the comments below. I will hopefully have a video at the end of how my plant has turned out. I did let the spider mites get a little bad for the video, so we'll see how that goes. So let me know in the comments below what plant you were trying to save and if this worked for you. Thanks. Okay guys, so we're back about a week later with my rose plant that we are trying to recover from spider mites. As you can see, there's definitely some new growth popping up, which is awesome. I've been doing a treatment about once a day. I did miss one day, but I did 2 treatments on another day. So this is the 7th treatment that I just did. You can see that the soil is pretty wet because I did just water her. But you can see that there is some new growth here, which is really awesome. So I hope you guys have just as good as luck as I have had, because there's a ton of new growth, especially where I cut it back, which is just so awesome. So let me know in the comments below if you guys had the same results, and I hope we were able to rescue your plant from those pesky little spider mites. Thanks again, you guys, and stay tuned for my future videos.